Your next bout will be brought to you by Mad Tatter. It will be in the Valor Bantamweight division. Your referee for this bout will be Jimmy Neely. Introducing first, fighting out of the Hogs red corner tonight. He makes his professional debut. He weighed in 135 pounds. Fighting out of Rocket City MMA in Huntsville, Alabama, Tyler Eakes. Standing across the cage tonight, fighting out of the OEB blue corner. He also makes his professional debut. Weighed in 135 pounds. Fighting out of KMAA in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Michael Lenos.
Another battle of pro debuts here at Valor Fights 18. Tyler Eakes and Michael Lenos in the bantamweight division.
Sprinter stance from Eakes.
Yeah, Lenos is a Knoxville guy, KMAA. He fought as a flyweight amateur division, but he missed weight a couple times, so we're here at 135 for his pro debut. Against Tyler Eakes, a guy we really don't know a ton about, comes out of Alabama. Seems like kind of an unorthodox guy, some unorthodox stances and mannerisms, so we'll have to see how he does against the wrestler Lenos here.
Eakes looks jacked up. He looks very excited for this fight already.
He was like breakdancing kind of in his warm-up in the back. That was kind of interesting.
Little head kick. Kind of imitating a little Conor McGregor type feel, as I can see to begin with here.
The guys like that are really hard to train for, too.
He does favor Conor McGregor, even with his longer
very
legs.
Similar
and
stance.
Style.
Well, if he wins as a member of the media, I hope he gives as good an interview after as McGregor does with some of his wacky comments.
McGregor's horrible. Just throwing that out there.
He's even got kind of a little bit of McGregor hair going too, with the little, the comb over kind of thing.
Eakes throwing some really cool kicks right now. I mean, really impressive with his stand-up.
And stand-up, really, I would not call stand-up Lenos' forte. The times I've seen him fight, he likes to take you down, grind it out, work from the top, that kind of thing.
Yes, but, this being MMA, it's one of those things. He can actually make it work for him. I don't know a whole lot about him, but if it's me, my plan would be to actually rush the guy, stay forward on Eakes, cause that pressure, and keep him from striking you from outside of the range.
Pretty good little body kick there by Lenos, who actually has a KMAA tattoo.
Ooh, good right hand.
Nice overhand.
That's commitment.
Michael needs to look to take this to the ground fast. He's really not doing a lot with his stand-ups, kind of bouncing around. Hard right hand from Tyler again.
So far clearly Eakes is having the clear advantage on the feet here.
He's really confident in his stand-up too, which sometimes plays a good factor, but sometimes it don't. But just throwing that uppercut and stuff like that, he knows that Michael's looking to wrestle.
Oh, there it is.
Now we're in Lenos' playground here. This is what he wants, if he can get him down.
Eakes has it pretty well blocked right now. He's got him kind of wrapped up. Lenos trying for the double leg.
He's got an overhook and an underhook, which is pretty much the perfect thing if you can have for cage takedown defense. Until you get your leg tripped, but you just got to watch for things like that. And now he's going to get him down. So, very good wrestling here shown from Michael. He just stuck his legs out from under him. What he needs to do right here, just pull his legs out and jerk him down. Trying to wrap that leg up. But at the same time, Tyler's still showing a very, very well.
Looks like Eakes is looking for the guillotine. It's not there right now. But I suspect if it goes to the ground, he'll be gunning for it immediately. Lenos being a really good wrestler, I'm sure he keeps that.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
It looks fairly tight. Lenos does have his hands, though, so.
What Michael needs to do is he needs to push with his left hand on the elbow and posture up. He's saying he's okay, but he still needs to take that left arm and push down on the elbow and pop his head out.
Interesting elbows to the leg there. Lenos, body shots.
Out of the guillotine.
And he's out of it. Some nice defense there from Lenos on the top.
Little half guard control, using some head pressure, a little dirty boxing in the clinch, which is well. I mean, it's not going to stop the fight, but he does have his arm trapped behind his back now, so that's going to be some nasty punches and elbows coming.
Eakes in a disadvantageous position here, but still looks pretty calm and composed there. Now he's kind of having to turtle up, taking some big shots to the face.
Yeah, Michael had a hammerlock there, and was throwing some hard left hands from that position. Eric Turner calling for a crossface and the mashing back down.
We've already seen one KMAA victory tonight. Jason King getting his first pro win in just 10 seconds with a head kick. Lenos trying to make it 2-0 on a night that's pretty heavy with KMAA fighters here on this all-pro card.
Yeah, 6 total.
Lenos doing a really good job using his wrestling right now to kind of nullify Eakes' submission attempts. Right now, Eakes, the best he's doing is just doing his best to stand back up. The corner of Lenos trying to get him to pull him off the cage so he can't use the cage to his favor.
Another good thing that a lot of people that don't do that are young fighters and stuff like this, especially making debuts and things like that, is head pressure. Head pressure means everything when you're in the clinch and you're against the cage. And you notice Michael, he's keeping his head right under his chin or right in his throat the entire time, which makes basically all the difference in the world of keeping somebody against there or somebody not being against the cage. But now, Tyler's looking to throw up a submission now.
It's like he's got an arm, possibly. See what happens here. Got to watch. It's like Eakes' foot might be in the cage there. Gets out of it. You know, Lenos, another guy making his pro debut here, coming off a loss as an amateur. Got submitted by Will Bolduc there at the Valor show in November for the Valor flyweight title. So
he's got a triangle set up there and does a perfect defense in climbing out.
Lands in side control. Very nice adjustment there by Lenos.
One thing we're really starting to see, which is really awesome with all these pro debuts, is kind of the evolution of the sport. All of these pro debuts, you know, they're guys that already look like they know what they're doing. You know, they look like they're very comfortable in there. Been doing this a while, and it speaks a lot for the evolution of the sport.
And not just like a gradual evolution, yeah, but even just here in the last few years. I mean, just the fact that there is an all-pro show happening, you know, for a quote-unquote regional promotion in East Tennessee really does say a lot, I think. And that's the end of the round. All right, gentlemen, what do we think about that round? How will we score it?
I most definitely gave it to Michael. You know, he got the takedown. He was getting kind of picked apart on the feet there. But in my opinion, you know, the later part of the round is always what matters to me. And, you know, he got the takedown and landed some good bombs there from when he had that hammerlock, hammerlock. So, big round for Michael.
I'm going to go with Lenos on that as well. You know, Eakes looked great, threw some really, really awesome, really unorthodox strikes. Looked at first like, you know, he was starting the round and he might actually end the round with that. Lenos doing a really good job, though, catching a kick, taking him to the ground. It was Lenos' fight the remainder of that entire round. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out with a better game plan for this round, comes out with a better cardio, and takes the second round.
Yeah, Tyler, as you know, I mean, like, that's the thing. When you've got somebody that wants to wrestle, I mean, you know, that's obviously what Michael wants to do is be the wrestler in this fight. And Tyler wants to be the striker. You can't throw them kicks where a guy can catch them or you're going to, you know, end up on your back the rest of the round like you done.
Every time you let a foot leave the ground against a wrestler, you're risking something valuable.
All right, here we go, round two. Eakes, by all accounts, down a round. And it's always interesting how it affects the mindset of a fighter as we head out. And I think Lenos, just knowing what I know about him and seeing him, I think he'd be pretty content to just kind of grind this one out and take the decision victory. I'm sure he'll take the stoppage, the finish if he can get it, but just the times I've seen him, he's just one of those kind of grinder fighters that just, he's willing to just go the distance.
Well, right off the bat, you already see a little bit of difference here. Lenos, right off the hand tap, immediately going forward towards Eakes. Trying to establish that pressure early.
Both these guys feeling the effects of the first 5-minute round, though. You can tell that both of them a little suck in the air coming out to the second round. Both of them look well, though. But you know, you can already tell that Tyler is looking to throw the hard punches, and that Michael's looking to get the takedown as soon as he can.
Lenos really respecting the
nice 5-punch combo.
Lenos really respecting the striking of Eakes after round one, but at the same time, Eakes doesn't seem to be throwing as much crazy stuff, respecting the wrestling of Lenos.
You know, and Lenos also, as we said, you know, he has fought at flyweight before as an amateur. We're at 35 here, so maybe a little easier weight cut. Maybe he's feeling a little better, a little healthier, a little stronger for this fight than he would have for some of his amateur bouts, having to cut 10 fewer pounds.
That does make a difference.
Adam Townsend might be able to speak to that fight in 170 his last time out.
Yeah, you know, weight plays a big factor, especially in your conditioning and your rehydration next day. But you know, it looks like he's about to get him up for the double. Very nice takedown defense from Tyler. You know, he's doing a very good job keeping the head control and things like that, mashing down the head when he's supposed to and pulling up on the head when he's supposed to keep from getting the takedown. So he's doing a very good job. But still, yeah, he's losing the fight right here. His back's against the cage, and anytime your back's against the cage, it's just like it's against the floor.
Kind of surprised they maybe try for a knee or something there from the clinch, and now we're back against the fence on the other side.
I think that goes back to the thing, when you are a striker going against a wrestler, you kind of worry about letting your feet leave the ground. And that's a really good thing for a wrestler to have in their back pocket. A guy knees you, a guy kicks you, you grab that and take him right where you want him.
Well, in my opinion right here, what Tyler should be doing is he should just put his heels on Michael's hips and just push away and stand back up, because, I mean, Michael's just laying on top of him. He's not really holding a super hard control when he's on top, but you know, Tyler just seems to be content laying here, and you know, that's not going to win this fight. He's got to really start scrambling and pushing himself to get out of these positions right here, or he's going to lose the decision right here.
Lenos with a few body shots, but you're really just trying to win this fight on control. As I said, I've seen him, you know, take a couple of fights in a similar manner there as an amateur for other Valor shows and other shows held under that Valor brand. Lenos maybe trying to get to side control, but Eakes with a pretty good half guard. Tyler, you're wrestling background yourself. If you're Lenos, what are you trying? I mean, are you trying to look for the finish if it's there? Or are you just kind of content with your control at this point?
Well, at this point, you can win the rounds just like you're doing, but at the same time, man, you're mentally breaking a guy, you're physically breaking a guy. At any point, your opponent, when he's on his back like that, just taking all of your weight and taking that grind, at any point he could give up. Give up emotionally, give up physically, and then it's yours to finish the fight.
Yeah.
So that kind of style, it presents a lot of finishes. It also presents the chance for a finish. But no matter what, you're on top. You're scoring the points. You're winning the round, and ultimately that is what's important.
Meanwhile, Eric Turner with some very precise coaching there in the corner. He's telling him what he wants him to throw and where he wants him to throw it.
Eakes seems pretty content with just hold on to that head. Not really a submission there.
I'm curious to see what I'm not either. I'm kind of curious to see what's happening with that too.
Yeah,
Tyler.
I'm not sure if that's inexperience speaking or if he actually has a plan in his head to go with that. But traditionally, it's not a good spot for the man on the back to be in.
He was pretty much a mount right then and didn't choose to go to mount. I'd have went to mount and tried to go for a side choke, but that might not be one of his submissions that he's very good at. And Tyler has showed some good jiu-jitsu and some good hips and stuff in certain moves, but he don't need to jump back down into there. He needs to pull back out because he's about to get a triangle stopped on.
He's shown that he's very comfortable in the guard. He'll go for things in the guard, and I think Lenos is trying to pass that guard so he can prevent that.
And now Eakes is in a very bad position here, almost kind of rolled over on his side and almost could possibly get a crucifix, which is one of your favorite spots to get a guy in, Adam.
Most definitely. Kind of need the spine right there, which is pretty much illegal, but the referee wasn't in a good position to see it. Let's see if he throws it again right here. The crowd's sure calling for some knees. Kind of in the spine right there.
Another knee to the spine there, looks like.
The referee did warn him about it, so that's a good thing.
And Eakes is just there. Eakes is in no man's land right now.
Elbow right there, maybe.
This is a very, very tough spot to be in if you're in Tyler Eakes'.
This is what he needs to do.
Compression shorts right now.
It's like he's doing.
It's important to note that Lenos is being active. You hear about these wrestlers that are being boring. He's being very active.
That's in. That guillotine is in. He drives through, though. He's only got 10 seconds left to finish it. Got about 3 seconds.
Eakes able to survive.
He was out. He was half out right there, guys. He was pretty much out right then in the
literally saved by the bell, for sure. Back for round 3, and I think we can all agree that was another clear round for Michael Lenos.
Yeah, I give Lenos that round. At this point, though, both fighters have played their hand. I mean, we know what Lenos wants to do. We know what Eakes wants to do. So it's really just a battle of who can put what they need to do first, who can get there first. If you're Eakes in this round, you got to come out trying to keep away from Lenos, trying to keep him away from your legs, striking from the outside. In contrast, for Lenos, you're trying to get within his range. You're trying to grind him out, get as close to him as you can, take him down, and do just what you did in round 1 and round 2. So it'll be interesting to see who can impose their will first.
Could not have said it better myself, Tyler. Everything you said was spot on, and in my opinion, for Eakes to win this fight, he's got to come out here and get a finish. In my opinion, he's down 2 rounds. That being said, you never know what these crazy MMA judges these days are pulling out there. But, look for Michael to get another quick takedown and stay on top the rest of the round. Or he might try to go back for that submission since, he had that guillotine in real deep at the end of the round. Look for him to go back to that maybe.
Judging definitely is an inexact science, and it's a tough job. But we have all seen some fights for this promotion and others where, we think it's one way and it ends up the exact opposite outcome. So that's why you got to try to finish the fights, as I've always believed.
Yeah, never want to leave it to question, that's for sure.
That's where we're going to see the cardio at play. Clearly, we're 10 minutes into the fight, which is longer than your typical amateur MMA fight here in Tennessee. So now you're going to see how deep the gas tank runs on both these fighters. Eakes, I know, Tyler, if you're Eakes, you got to go for the knockout or the finish here, don't you?
You do. At this point, he's doing a good job controlling the center, but that's not enough. He's not looking to win a round right now. He's got to finish him to win, in my opinion. And that being said, he looks like he's trying to lure him in, faking some body shots and looking for a heavy head shot. So he might just be looking for his opening to take a real big strike, and that's exactly what he needs to be doing right now, without giving up the opportunity for Lenos to take him down.
And for Lenos, probably the same game plan as last round. Go for a takedown and stay active enough to keep it there on the mat for the duration, I would think. And Lenos, take the finish if it's there.
And Lenos has to, in his head, at least believe that he won round 1, round 2. So right now, his only job is to not lose this round.
Lenos, though, clearly is at a disadvantage when they're standing and striking at him.
Yeah, the disadvantage is there, but as long as Lenos is as long as Lenos is doing what he's doing right now, and not taking any heavy shots, he should be okay with it.
Dan Lenos definitely paying a lot of respect to Eakes' striking ability.
Nice kick. I mean, he's throwing some kicks, but I mean, he's really not following up with anything. He just kind of, one kicking or one punching, as call in MMA. He really needs to, when he throws a little flurry like he did last time, that little 5-punch combo he threw right before he got taken down. That's what he's got to do. But he's got to throw that combo, that 4 or 5 shot combo, and not let him come and get it clinched. And Michael is playing a very dangerous game right now because he's getting outclassed on the feet, and the other guy's getting outclassed on the ground. So he just needs to get that takedown as quick as possible before, something bad happens.
Somebody in the crowd screaming for one of the fighters to get busy there. Some coaching from afar there. Not really sure who that guy was. I've not seen that very often.
No, but everything he's saying is correct. So, in my opinion, he seems to be listening to the guy right now.
It reminds me of some of like the high school basketball games I've been to, or high school wrestling, where you hear the parent coaching from the stands. You can hear him over the coach.
They always know more than the coach in their eyes.
Most definitely.
At this point, though, Eakes might just be marinating. He might be just kind of setting up. Lenos not really going for many takedowns. He went for one, got it stuffed. Eakes might just be waiting, picking his shot.
Eakes is looking to unload. Eakes is getting a little bit more. I think Eakes has got a little bit of composure back and got his gas back, and he's going to start to unload right here in just a second. And Michael, he just needs to get in there for that takedown and seal this fight up.
Eakes is going to have to do something. He's going to have to come forward and be more aggressive. I understand he's cautious of the takedown, but I mean, if he keeps kind of keeping his distance like this, he's going to lose the fight.
Ooh, nice little spin wheel kick.
Oh, there you go.
See, that's what I'm saying. That good right hand. That's what he's got to do.
I think that one, Lenos kind of blinking after that one. I think that one sort of rattled him a little bit. It was a good hard shot. Sounded good. Maybe a little bit of bruising there on Lenos's left side of his face after that impact.
Eric Turner in Michael Lenos' corner calling for him to stop standing and actually take the fight where he knows he can get it.
He's throwing some good right hands for sure this round. And now what he's got to do is he's got to get off the fence. He cannot lay on the fence the rest of this round, and he does a great job.
Kind of punched his way off there, and he's kind of got Lenos back where Eakes wants him. However, he got to do enough to finish it here. On the jab. Are you surprised Lenos isn't shooting more often here in this round, Tyler?
I am, but at the same time, the thing is, when you control a guy all of round 1, all of round 2, and you are active, it can kind of exhaust you to a bit. So we might be seeing that right now. So I am, which he has. He's shot a couple times, and Eakes has done a really good job negating that.
Adam,
I just really still can't understand why Michael Talk got this fight to the ground, because he's playing a super dangerous game. Get somebody throwing these hard punches.
And Eakes opening up.
There you go. Eakes firing away. Lenos is down. Lenos is down. Eakes firing away. Lenos back to his feet. Oh man, Lenos is taking a beating up against the cage.
This fight's about to be over. It's over.
Oh, they got it.
It's over.
That's it.
That's a fight.
Wow.
Like I said, he had the fight won. All he had to do was do what he was supposed to have done and took him back to the ground. And he was playing a very dangerous game, like I said. And he got caught.
You got to listen to your corner, man, especially when you got a guy like Eric Turner, really good at analyzing around, really good at analyzing a fight. When you have that guy, you got to give him your trust. You have to trust them. They have the best eyesight in it. They have the best view of the fight. You've got to trust them. You got to listen to it, even if you don't feel it, even if you don't feel like it's what you got to do. When you sign up to be a student at that gym, you're saying that you trust that guy. You got to trust him in the battle too.
We talked all through that. We talked all through the round. We felt like Michael Lenos was playing with fire, and he gets burned here by Tyler Eakes with a third-round TKO finish after losing the first 2 rounds in a pretty decisive manner. Cody Gwynn's going to give us the official ruling. Tyler Eakes, your TKO winner here at Valor Fights 18.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, man. He's not listening.
didn't mean to talk for him that time, but he didn't hear it.
No, he didn't hear. I threw it to you at one point. You didn't hear me.
I didn't know.
It should not be that difficult to put my jacket on. What's going on about this?
Intermission. You doing the things?
Yeah.
That kid fights just like Conor McGregor.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jimmy Neely has called a stop to this fight. 4 minutes, 49 seconds into the third round. Your winner by TKO, Tyler Eakes. All right, here I am with your winner, Tyler Eakes. Tyler, you came in here to hostile territory against a hometown guy. How did that affect your strategy?
Honestly, man, in the locker room, the environments around me never affect me. I'm mentally strong in that aspect. I create my own environment with my mentality, and I come in here like no one's out there. And I just do what I know I need to do.
All right, going into the third round, it was close. He was grinding on you in the second. What did your corner tell you? Did you think you had to knock him out in the third round?
Yeah, that was definitely a must-do. You know, wrestlers, they grind you out. They really test your cardio. So you have to use your mind. You have to use timing. And you just have to read your opponent well in the third round. And when you hear the 30-second mark, you got to go for that hunt.
All right, is there anybody you want to thank? Anybody you want to call out?
Oh, man. I want to thank this guy. I want to thank this guy right here. He's taking me in. He's letting me stay in his basement. I have nowhere to live. I want to thank all my friends out here in the crowd for coming out. Y'all are amazing. They give me rides everywhere because I don't have a car. They're awesome. They drove four hours to get here. And they're awesome people. I have nothing but great people in my life, supportive people. And I'm so appreciative for all you. And my family over here as well. My family came out. I'm Stowe Keller here. My dad. Everyone I know, you know. Thank you so much. Thank you. This organization as well. Where's Steve? Awesome manager right here. He got me this fight. He vouched for me when no other professional organization was willing to give me a debut. So thank you, everybody.
Your winner, Tyler Eakes.